Hello and welcome back to the Legends Center in Warman as the Axemen get set to take on the Bucks. Matt Morrison with you. Happy to have you along as we're just getting through the starting lineups. The final regular season game of the 2023 Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League season is upon us. The third of four games tonight as well, or four of fifth games, I guess I should say, as we have the women's showcase later on. But we have the Axemen and the Bucks to get through first as the Axemen control the ball off the opening faceoff. Davin Griffin is going to try to go, and then Laframboise scores! 15 seconds in, Josh Laframboise. And it's a 1-0 Axemen lead. So that was a great job by Davin Griffin, who right off the opening faceoff basically just took the ball himself, and don't want to really say it was coast to coast because it technically wasn't, but it was from neutral zone to the Bucks zone, and then a nice pass for Laframboise, who was able to snap it past Troy Willis on the first shot of the game. So both games the Axemen have played so far today, the previous game, the first game that they played of the afternoon, they scored 14 seconds in, and this one they start with a goal 15 seconds in. As Carson Eskra off the wall for Derek Lukian, chips it past Magnus. Bogdan tries to get it down low and can't. Here comes Laframboise the other way. Jack Stite for Magnus with a shot, and a good save by Willis. The ball was loose. He didn't know where it was, but the official lost sight of it. And that will be a whistle, but Troy Willis a little shaky early on. Of course, Willis didn't play the first game. Mitch Deason did for the Bucks, who was fantastic. Bucks got out to a 3-0 lead in that first game as well. Damon Williams up for Austin Pasek, trying to work it past Aaron Cook and can't. Cook will go off the wall for Justin Bernhardt on the far side for Drew Englot. Tries the chip and chase past Ruben Beatty. Beatty's able to get there first. As now Pasek tries to work that one past his man and can't. Eskra with a long shot on goal, steered aside by Willis. Englot with it. Leaves it for Eskra on the near wall. Englot with a shot, and he hammers that one wide. Jonathan Richardson with a shot. That one doesn't make its way through the net. As Beatty's behind his own goal. Up now for James Pasternak. Wasn't available for the first game of the afternoon for the Bucks, but in the lineup for their second game. Luke Brunin working on Mike Henschel. Brunin able to come away with the ball with a shot and sends that one high and wide. Emile Perreault for Brunin. Doesn't get through. Battling for the ball on the near side as Perreault comes out with it. Back to the point. There's a shot by Carson Eskra. Stopped. Mark Knoll on the far wall. Being watched closely there by Ethan Renier. Eskra now with it. Battling his brother Mike. So we have Carson Eskra for the Bucks, and we have Mike Eskra for the Axemen playing against one another this afternoon. It's now Renier being watched closely there by Knoll. He'll just dish it back for Mike Henschel, who sends it up for Zoltak. Tries to leave it for Baschuk, who just pushes it in deep, and Zoltak will get in after it. Eskra, the first man there, and he'll just leave it for Eskelson as both teams make a change. Eskelson up for Derek Lukian, had a goal in the Bucks' first game, but then also received a game misconduct for a check from behind. Emmett Bear over the line. That probably could have been a hook, but play will continue on. Lukian over the line, sends it down low for Anderson. Couldn't find that one in between his feet, so Matt Landers is first to it for the Axemen. Anderson now with a centering pass. Lukian, and a great stop by Langford Gosmo, who was able to rob Lukian point blank. Liwak for the Bucks now. Up for Lukian over the line for Anderson. Back for Lukian, who tried to get a step on Dobbin Griffin. Beatty for Liwak. Down low for Anderson, who's going to tee one up, and a good block by the Axemen captain, Christian Magnus. And Josh Anderson, the two captains, exchange pleasantries. Face-off will remain inside, 10:59 to go. Pretty sure that's the first stoppage since the goal. Certainly feels like it anyways. Face-off will be to the right of Langford Gosmo. Keith Mitchell out to take the draw versus Magnus. Liwak on the near side. Had that one stolen, and here comes Laframboise working on Beatty. Laframboise couldn't quite get that ball to settle down on his stick. Being watched now by Liwak. Landers is able to hold the line and sends it back in deep. Keegan Jackstite on the far side with it, being watched closely there by Beatty. Sends it down for Magnus. Magnus is going to try to walk in, pushes it through Mitchell, and then he'll go and track down the loose ball. Jackstite looking for somewhere to go. Tries a centering pass for Magnus, but Mitchell was able to get his stick in the lane. Laframboise for Magnus. Had that one stolen. It's now Williams with it. Aaron Campbell is with it. Campbell with a shot. That one get blocked. Laframboise with it. Up for Aaron Campbell. And that one will just roll to Langford Gosmo, and he'll hang on. Face-off will be to the right of Langford Gosmo. Austin Passig out to take the draw for the Bucks. There's a one-timer from Brunin who fanned on it. He had a goal in the Bucks opening game as well. Emile Perreault, the kid line now out for the Bucks. As that pass back for Pasternak misses him. As now loose ball, and Bernhardt is able to work it free. Bernhardt centering pass, wanted to get it to Eskra. That one got broken up by Pasternak, and he'll start out the other way. Perreault for Pasic. Pasic for Bruden, working on Richardson with a shot at a good pad stop by Langford Gosmo. He had to double look because he didn't know where it was, but he was able to find it and hang on. So Riley Langford Gosmo good in the early going of this one. He was good in the Axemen's first game as well. And if the Axemen can get away with a win here in this game, they will finish the 2023 season in second place. The Snowbirds were able to cap off a perfect regular season with a win against the Ravens. So they moved to 6-0. The Ravens fall to 2-4, so they'll finish potentially in third, depending on how this game ends. As it stands right now, the Bucks are 1-4. If the Axemen win, they'll finish the season at 500. Bogdan on the far side with it now. Over the red line. Wanted to leave it for his man, but can't. Laframboise for Magnus with it. Working on Liwak. Christian Magnus driving to the net. Scores! Christian Magnus! Great job driving to the net and is able to slide it past Willis. It's a 2-0 Axemen lead with 7:57 remaining in the first period. So a great job by Christian Magnus, who was just able to get a step on Joey Liwak, did a good job to protect the ball and was able to slide it past Willis. 2 goals on 3 shots for the Axemen so far in this one. New center for the Bucks. Loose ball behind the Axemen net. Baschuk with it. And had the stick slashed out of his hands. No call. As Keith Mitchell knocked the stick out of Baschuk's hands. Axemen bench wanted a slashing penalty. Might have got away with one there. As now Damon Williams picks up the loose ball. Wanted to leave it for Campbell, but he was busy picking his stick up off the floor. Centering pass. Mitchell with a shot. That one doesn't get through. I think it got blocked by Griffin. Baschuk now moves it forward for Zoltak. It's now Beatty with it. Zoltak with it. Tries to push it forward and can't. Beatty in his own zone. As now there's a turnover. Englot with it, fakes the shot. Trying to buy himself some time. Bernhardt with a chance, and that one sailed just high. There's a center pass for Englot, and a good save by Willis. Trying to keep this a 2-goal game for the time being. Pasternak throws it off the wall. Griffin now with it, being watched by Perreault. Now that one will get sent into the neutral zone. Beatty off the wall. Griffin up on the far side for Bernhardt. Bernhardt tries to send that one in. Pasick was able to knock that one down, and he starts out the other way. Sends it in deep and peels off on a change. Josh Anderson in a battle with Landers for it. The Bucks captain centering pass looking for Lukian. That one doesn't work. Loose ball, and Englot is able to come away with it for Bernhardt over the line. Carson Eskra will play that one to the line, but not out. Richardson with a shot, and a good stop made by Willis. And he'll hang on. 5:15 remaining in the first period, and a 2-0 Axemen lead. Out for Bogdan, and he was going to be out. That will allow Jonathan Richardson to set up behind his own net. Up for Laframboise, and misses him, so that will be an icing call against the Axemen. The face-off will come down into the Axemen zone.